express yourself through sound, it makes your opponent pause. It may cause them to hesitate. And then when you key up from here, that allows your energy to come through. Switch up your timing a little bit. And then your key up. Now your opening is there. So, 안녕하세요. Welcome back. I'm Scott with Wavewater Arts, and we are on episode 2 of my new striking series. Now, with this new striking series, I'm going to be releasing, I'm going to be focusing on the front leg Taekwondo sport Roundhouse. And what that means, if you're new to Taekwondo or you're just new to martial arts, or even if you don't know Roundhouse from a side kick, the Roundhouse front leg is a very good kick to start with. So in the last episode, some of the principles I talked about with the front leg Taekwondo sport Roundhouse is you have to consider when you're trying to score a point, you need to be able to hit the scoring area with enough power that your point registers. Now, if you're new to this, you're gonna really have to work on just getting your foot to flip over. So you're hitting with the top of your foot. In Taekwondo sport, we're not really, we can hit with our shin to the head, I suppose, but there's magnets in the feet, so we need those magnets in our feet to match up with the electronic hogu so that the point registers. So you want to hit with the top of your foot. And for some martial artists, they're like, that's ineffective in a street fight. Well, that's a street fight. This is sport Taekwondo. So last episode, one of the things I first talked about, you have to learn your distance. You have to know how far that your leg can extend into your opponent so that you can hit them. And a lot of times your opponent's moving around, you're moving around, so that becomes even more difficult. So starting from the base, we're here. We're practicing right here. You're in a good stance. You shift, use Tai Chi principles, shift your weight. This foot comes up, knee first, flip it over, and then extend, kick, come back down, and get ready for your next kick. For more advanced people, we want to start working on our footwork. Footwork is huge. Footwork will save you, it'll open up points for you, and allow you to get at your opponent, get out of the way. So, in my understanding of sport Taekwondo, you want to have a bounce. You want to have a good, nice, easy bounce. And the bounce can go, it can shift back and forth. It can go to the side. You can do all kinds of things with the bounce. And sometimes you have to switch up the timing of it. So bounce, bounce, pause, feint, bounce, bounce. Do something. You have to learn your opponent's movements so that you can fit in with them and score that point. So, front leg roundhouse, we're here, beginners, boom. More advanced, let's add the bounce. Moving around. And these are your scoring areas. So right here, here, here. You want to aim for those areas. Up here, this won't register as a point. Up here, you gotta hit in those sensors. So advanced students, get your bounce. Switch up your timing a little bit. And then your key up. It's very important that you key up. And I might focus a whole video on that one day, but when you express yourself through sound, it makes your opponent pause. It may cause them to hesitate. And then when you key up from here, that allows your energy to come through. So advanced students, we're bouncing, we're coming around. Don't ever do that. So we're bouncing. You gotta know your distance. Sometimes you have to fake. And then the hands too. When you're coming in a sparring match, you don't want to come in with your hands down here because that leaves your face open. So a good defense in Taekwondo, and that's connected to Wuji principles, have that space in your armpit. Let's connect Tai Chi, Wuji with the martial arts. You need to have an openness in your armpits here so that your arms are alive, ready to react in the way that you need to react to block or whatever you need to do. So, advanced students, when you come in for the kick, make sure one hand is up guarding your face, and then one hand has to be here guarding your hogu, because when you come closer to your opponent, you're at risk for getting scored on. So you got to be able to cover yourself as you're coming in for that kick. So that's pretty good for episode 2. I think that that's probably as deep as I want to go into expanding upon that. But with that front leg roundhouse, a lot of times new beginners can't generate enough power in their front leg to be able to make that point register. So with that being said, the front leg roundhouse is not always your best tool to score. But what it is a good tool for is keeping distance from you and your opponent, judging. Now every time you kick, you're not going to make contact every time you kick. Because your opponent's moving, you're moving, you're not going to be able to make contact every time you kick. So you have to be comfortable with kicking the air. So for beginners and novices and masters, very important that you be able to train your students to be able to air kick, or do a fake kick, and then be able to recover enough to be able to get in that next kick. So the progression is beginner student, shifting here, know your distance, turn that leg over. Next step, add the bounce. Next step is air kicking, then coming in for the point, or leading in with a fake. So, and you have to keep in mind that your opponent, there's going to be a certain distance between you and him. When I'm with the bag here, he's kind of stuck in this position. So I have to pretend that my opponent is here first, closer. To get the most out of your training, let's pretend your opponent's here first. So bounce, fake, switch up the timing, air kick. Your opponent moves backwards, now your opening's there. Ah! So that's pretty advanced. Do it one more time. So we're back here. We're picturing our opponents here in front of us. We have to make them move so we can create an opening to be able to score. So let's come on this side. So my opponent's here. I'm faking, switching up timing. Come in. As you come in and fake, he moves back. Now that's where he is. Now you can score that point. So here's how it looks. Don't forget to add your arms for the block when you come in to defend yourself. Air kick, fake. So, thank you, Bago. Oh, we still need to name him. So, if you didn't catch episode 1, I was asking people to help me name my new best friend. I was thinking Bago, but he is going to be a very good asset to Wavewater Arts. So, just a little recap. This is episode 2 of my striking series. We're focusing on the front leg roundhouse for sport Taekwondo, Olympic style. So, hopefully this video is helpful. Subscribe, like, comment what we want to name him. And I thank you very much. Annyeonghaseyo, inshallah.